Good morning, Internet, and welcome back to the Swanky Galaxy. For you, it's a whole new day, and for me, it's a few minutes later. We've got these pumps hooked up and pumping out gas. We closed those doors. I corrected the settings on this to open that door, because as you can see, I was sucking the heat out of here. We're up halfway there temperature-wise. You just came back, and you've got isoresin. Perfect. We'll make the visco gel first, and then I'll start making insulation with that rocket. So supercoolant at another 80 degrees to drop for the supercoolant. And now the temperature should be coming up. Only ended up at 15 kilos per tile. We'll see if that transfers enough heat or if I've got to find a way of dumping more water in there. How's this doing pressure-wise? Yeah, you're already down to 10 grams. Well, since that's all in a vacuum, we can just get rid of this pipe. Which I should have done before, but you know, whatever. And I can prep the other pipe. Here's an update on the water situation. It's like some more polluted water melted, but it moved. Looks like regular water as well, so now I'm actually pumping 10 kilos in. 10 from over there, and I guess not quite 10 from over here. This has still got some germs. Is that getting germs? Pretty darn close. So this is why that valve is there, to slowly let this rotate out so that when you get a blob with some germs in it, eventually this pipe will suck it up and then let clean stuff through. But it is filling up the tank nicely. It's all nice and cool. Everything is cooling down nicely. What are we up to? 400, so this is about to flash to petroleum. That door is set to 550. And this is down to micrograms. I also put in the pipes for the next set of natural gas generators. There's some petroleum. There's the rest. How long are you dormant for? Another 20 cycles. Temperature-wise, we're close. We're about 10 degrees off. Looks like you are down to a vacuum. All right, that is now done. Get rid of that. Deconstruct that pipe. Put that back in. Make sure all these are connected. Looks like it. All those up to power. All right, now we're just waiting on some temperature. And then once I get this going, then it'll be time to redo the power grid to run everything off of this, because yeah, we want to run a lot. We will not need backup coal anywhere. Yeah, we've got lots of fun polluted water from digging up this ice biome. Yeah, that's 17,000 kilograms, plenty. In fact, while waiting for all that, we can queue up the oxygen, or liquid oxygen. Didn't quite make it because this steam turbine sucked up a bit too much heat We're still about 100 degrees short. And since this room isn't in hydrogen, it's not going to transfer heat as fast into here. But it is still transferring it in heat. What does methane freeze at? You probably won't tell me. Condensation is 161. Let's go over to the database. And liquid methane freezes at negative 182. I think I'm going to drop this and then bring the temperature back up once I start to flash stuff. I might end up freezing a bit of methane, but it won't be too bad. That first methane comes down, it's going to be hot anyway, and we still have the space heaters to fix any freezing issues. Yeah, I don't want another dupe right now. I'm paying attention to other things. Yeah, still got another 50 degrees. All right. Oh, yeah, now we're liquefying the oxygen. That's a problem. Let's bring you back up to negative 180. I forgot about that. We're liquefying the oxygen, so the space heaters aren't really going to do a whole lot. Next time, put hydrogen in. Don't try to make it easy. Alright, we'll just let that go. It'll catch up. Up here, we're putting in pipe for liquid O2. Then we can start that rotating. We should have enough. Oh yeah, that's all nice and chill. What does that freeze at? 194. Perfect. Set that to 193. And I keep hearing this oxalite refinery thinking that it's pressure damage. It's a similar noise. As near as I can tell, I should be able to launch a rocket right through the oil reservoir without it causing a problem. You are already set to 1 kilo. So this piping will send 1 kilo around, and then the other 9 will come this way, which will cool off pretty quick. So I might get some broken pipes here, but because this is at negative 190, it should be cool enough to make that short distance and cool down that pipe. And then be cold enough when this other oxygen comes back to not break. I finished that? Nah, I still haven't done that yet. Tons of projects going on. Okay, you're back to being oxygen again. That's good. We'll just let that sit and warm up. It's the whole point of the space heaters. I do like getting to this point in the game when you're like, okay, food's sorted, water's sorted, oxygen's sorted. You're not as worried about dupes killing themselves or just yeeting off the side of the damn map. That you can actually just look at what they're doing and what you're focusing on. So, power. Negative 190. Yeah, you're barely dropping anything. And we'll see what these come back around at. So this will exchange heat with this igneous rock because I don't have insulation or ceramic. But because this is all going to come in at negative 191, negative 192, there should be more than enough room when these 1 kilo packets come back. And then I don't need oxalate anymore. In fact, I don't need oxalate anymore. Yeah, so it's coming out of here at 190, and see it's already picked up 80 degrees, but because it's only 1 kilo, theoretically it won't break the pipe. We'll see, negative 191. And when it mixes, 182. Perfect. That is like the exact liquefaction point of oxygen. You couldn't have planned it much better than that. So it's picking up about 8 degrees, but now this pipe is just going to keep getting colder. And so as that comes down, I can eventually switch this over to 10 kilos. And that way this pipe is constantly running 10 and will cool down nice and fast. Now see, that shouldn't be going up, that should be going down. Okay, it is coming down. All right. Had me worried. It was getting really darn close. Temperature check. We're getting up to 500, so this is working. This was 475 last time I checked. All right, when do my next rockets come back? A cycle or so, and then I can switch them over to liquid oxygen, and then never have to deal with oxalate again. So let's just get rid of this setup right now because I hate oxalate. Okay, good. I thought I deconstructed everything, and I actually need that power wire. There's a pipe in there I don't want to deconstruct. Perfect. How's this doing? Okay, wonderful. It's coming down. And we should be pumping in about 2 kilos a second into here. Don't know why I thought my jetpack guys could get in there. I just want to make that look nice. Being impatient. Okay, all the power wires are still hooked up. You, we don't need any more. And now we can start, since I'm pretty sure power is going to come along soon, we can hook that up. I think I was planning on using that bridge before. And then we can start putting supercoolant into the hydrogen loop. How much supercoolant do I have? .400 kilograms. Not nearly enough. Somewhere I've got 6 broken ladders. Oh, they're buried in there. Let's up the priority on this construction, and we can get those cleaned up. Yeah, and you're not turned on yet. Because we want power first. 520, 515. We're getting there. Yeah, we're still getting some liquefying oxygen. Oh yeah, that's looking good. And my loop's going the right direction. Alright, we'll pause you for a little bit, and this should be just about up to temperature. And it looks like about everything's going to happen at once. So let's try to switch these rockets over to liquid oxygen. This needs to be 250. Yep, and here comes the research rocket. I think I'm up at some ladders. Whatever. You deconstruct, innate, build, you, innate, and let's figure out where we want this one to go. Perfect. It's going up to the next ring. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's 1,014, so that's 9, 120. Yeah, people are getting sunburned. Whatever. Come on, dupes, build. Now, unfortunately, at the beginning, when you're only cycling 1 kilo of oxygen, it takes a while to fill up the tanks. More than worth it once you get up to the full 10 kilos and not having dupes having to deliver oxalate. Alright, those are all set. How's this doing? Oh, looks like we flashed a bit, but probably sent in some more oil and cooled down, so now we're waiting for it to warm back up. Okay, so it's getting there. It flashed a little bit. Oh, I'm like, how did it cool down so much? Like, because there's 0 counterflow. So that seems to be working and doing what it's supposed to do, and we have a lot of lava. That magma's more than enough. How are you doing on temperature? And the next rocket. Well, let's just switch everybody over. 3,000 is 450. I know I have oxalate and I could send them out, but I just want to be done with it. Alright, those are all built. Fix those ladders. and dig all of this. I don't think I want to risk it. Like, I want to crank this up to... You know what? Screw it. I'm going to crank it up to 10 kilos. We'll see what the temperature is once we get to this rocket, and then I'll know whether or not I need to turn it back down. Did I mention something about impatience? And see, as soon as you do that, it automatically turns that pipe off. How did you come crashing through there? I didn't even notice that. Yeah, that's so much faster. Ooh, direct hit. Nice. I feel like I'm being punished for my impatience. Well, yeah, it's only 6 degrees. God, I almost don't want to turn it off. This Vero might break the pipes. The nice thing about 10 kilos is it's 10 times as much, so it's 10 times more to cool down. Got what, another 4 degrees to go? I have a feeling that first pipe is gonna break. Holy, I think I'm gonna make it. Well, I'll be damned. That worked much better than expected. How are you doing? Alright, well, we'll pause you and wait for some more temperature to catch up in here. Well, we're at that bouncing phase where, like, some little bits flip and then come back. But we actually need that hot sour gas to come down here to warm this up to turn that back on. Which it looks like we're at. But all this oil coming in is definitely cooling this down more than expected. What are you set to? Let's just set you to 1. I mean, there's just so much piping that a lot comes through. Alright, here's the temperature on the supercoolant coming back up. And we are getting power out of it. Alright, we'll pause you for a little bit more. Well, maybe not. I mean, each time that happens, it's a couple of degrees. We just got to get to that 550 mark. temperature look like in here? Nice and cold and nice and hot. You know what? I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm just being impatient. Oh, I see what's happening. This other sensor is turning it on because it's below 500 grams, but now that we got actual pressure in there, that shouldn't happen. Ooh. These guys ever planted another tree? No, they have not. I got that one arbor acorn early on and then never got another one. Ooh, saltwater geysers going off again. That'll probably screw with the temperature. But once we get super coolant... Ooh, that's the other thing I completely forgot about. Why is this not in alphabetical order? How much super coolant do you have? Oh, that loop is full. How much extra did I put in? Oh, it's going in right now. Perfect. That was close. I could have pumped all of my super coolant into that tank and completely forgot about it. Always important to disconnect your pump, otherwise weird shit will fall into your stuff. Yeah, you are right on that edge. Yeah, because you do need and. But now we got enough pressure in there that that shouldn't happen. Yeah, so as soon as that oil stops flowing, why does that oil seem like it's still flowing? It is still flowing. You think there's only 5 kilos? Or not even a kilo. Oh, I guess this is turning to sour gas. It's just staying as a liquid. I'm not getting that flash animation, but it is actually flashing. Okay, there it is. That was just weird that it looked like it wasn't flashing when it was. All right, well, we have... I mean, it's not fully started yet, but we have all the power we're going to need. Ooh, this all exploded. That is a ethanol explosion to be sure. You done pot regolith in ethanol, and what do you expect? That is just a glorious green glob of awesomeness. If you're hungry, dumbass, get out of there. Over here. Alright, well that should all evaporate. By next episode, this should be nice and stabilized. It looks like it's getting there. And we'll rip all the rest of this out and put in some more gas generators. Yay! Built it in survival and it's working, mostly. Oh, I know what I forgot. Son of a bitch. I forgot the temp shift plates. I just realized why this isn't working. It's because I forgot the temp shift plates. Okay, so next episode I will have installed temp shift plates once I let this vacuum itself out, and then it will work much better. Like I remembered these, but forgot those. Here, look. Do I have enough thermium? Where's my thermium? Look, they go right there. That's where they go. Anyway, mistakes were made. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and yeah, thank you very much for watching.